Hi, this is PC, ready to do another Squint 180 with you today. So today, the word today is integrity. Integrity. Integrity, as I think about it, is about wholeness. You know, it comes from the word integer and it means wholeness. And as I was reading the scripture this morning, I thought about that word. I'm going to share with you. I read from 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12. And here's what I read in my SOAP journal. I wrote in my SOAP journal from what I read. Be careful to live properly among your unbelieving neighbors. Then even if they accuse you of doing wrong, they will see your honorable behavior and they will give honor to God when He judges the world. Okay, now that was in the New Living Translation. Let me read from the Message. The Message says, friends, this world is not your home, so don't make yourselves cozy in it. Don't indulge your ego at the expense of your soul. Live an exemplary life among the natives so that your actions will refute their prejudices. Then they will be won over to God's side and be there to join in the celebration when He arrives. And so, you know, we have to think about our lives. We want the people that we live among to join with us in the celebration when Jesus comes back. In other words, we want our friends to know Christ and to have the same hope of eternity as we have. And that just comes from living an exemplary life. Not a perfect life, but just having that wholeness. You know, letting others see that we have a desire to live and to honor God. We might not do that perfectly, but when they look at our life, they know that at the end of the day, that we were that straight arrow. We had wholeness in our life. We weren't perfect. We made mistakes, but we had wholeness, and people can see that, and that they want the same thing. You know, there's always people who will criticize. There's always people to tear down others. But regardless of that, we should live our lives with a steadiness, with a wholeness, so that other people can see. You know, I think of Daniel in the Old Testament. Daniel was a prophet. Daniel lived in Babylon. Daniel lived in a time where the people of Israel were captive. And he had worked so well in the public sector. And he had done well in government. And a new king that did not put him in position, came. And Daniel's just doing great things. And here's what others wanted to do with Daniel. It says, because of Daniel's great ability, I'm reading from Daniel chapter 6, verse 3 and 4. Because of Daniel's great ability, the king made plans to place him over the entire empire. Then the other administrators and high officers began searching for some fault in the way Daniel was handling government affairs. But they couldn't find anything to criticize or condemn. He was faithful, always responsible, and completely trustworthy. And so we want our lives to be like that. High integrity, straight as an arrow. We're not perfect. We'll make mistakes, but we'll let others see that desire to be that way. When I think of people about having that kind of integrity, there's two that immediately come to my mind. One is Mother Teresa. Only a little lady like her who served in the streets of Calcutta, only she could stand before the United Nations and put them on their toes, if you will. And then the other person I think of is Billy Graham, who passed away recently. And no matter what people thought about things in life, Billy Graham, people honored that man. Well, when they did that, that was God honoring. And so that's the kind of life that I want to live. I hope that my life is straight as an arrow. I'm not perfect, but I hope that you see that I want to have wholeness, and I want you to have the same thing. So that's the word today from 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 12, integrity. Have a great day and a great week.